Spoiler warning. This video contains spoilers from Avengers Endgame. Watch at your own risk. That being said, let's get into it. I'm going to start off by saying that the Russo brothers hate Hulk. There, I said it. Being a Hulk fan has been difficult in the wake of the Avengers Infinity War movie. Hulk literally had 30 seconds of footage in the entire movie, after which he refused to show up again. That led to most of us concluding that Hulk was beaten so soundly and embarrassingly that he refused to show his face. Of course, the Russo brothers have claimed that this was not the case. But to a viewer of the film, this was the only conclusion. Therefore, the movie left us wanting for a rematch between Hulk and Thanos. We figured that since Infinity War started with this scene, it was only fitting and poetic that Avengers Endgame ended with the rematch. However, we were sorely mistaken. Don't get me wrong, Avengers Endgame has fantastic fights between our heroes and Thanos. However, at no point in the film does Hulk fight him. Now, the way the movie is written, it really wouldn't have been a good fight anyways at that point in the movie, because of Hulk's poor condition due to the snap. Alright, let me lay it out for you. Captain America had the best toe-to-toe fights with Thanos in this film. I mean, he wielded Mjolnir better than I've ever seen Thor wield it, and landed many unanswered blows on Thanos. I remember the running joke from Infinity War that Captain America was the strongest Avenger in that movie when he actually prevented Thanos from closing his hand. Captain Marvel did this in this movie actually, and she quite possibly might be the strongest Avenger. Okay, before I start complaining, let me just say that the movie was exceptional. I really enjoyed it. So what are my complaints? Hulk. As a reader of the comics, my favorite Hulk is Dot Green. He is far more intelligent than Bruce Banner ever was, and could also get stronger with his anger. Second to me is Green Scar, a clever personality and the strongest Hulk we've ever seen. He got so angry that he literally stomped and tectonic plates shifted. Every Hulk fan wanted and expected this version of Hulk to show up in this film. You could type in World Breaker Hulk and see how many people wanted him to show up in this movie, but he did not. Far from it. The one scene that would have paid homage to this variation of Hulk would have been when he was trapped under the destroyed Avengers compound as water filled the basement. Hulk braced his one functional arm and upper back against the falling building as he tried to buy time for Rocket and Rhodey to escape. Now, there actually was a scene in Avengers, the animated show, which was almost this exact situation. In this scene, Hulk held up the island of Manhattan, New York. As he held his breath under the water while holding the island, he witnessed Thor and Iron Man get defeated in front of him. This spurred a change in him to where his power increased exponentially as his body glowed with power. He then brushed off the island, threw his unconscious teammates to safety, and defeated the villain before powering down. When I saw this scene in Endgame, I was at the edge of my seat. He's gonna do it, I thought. He's gonna go World Breaker. But no, it didn't happen. Ant-Man saved them. I was deflated and a bit hopeless that I would ever see this transformation at all in the MCU. Oh well, there's more to the movie, I thought. Remember how he met with the Ancient One and promised to bring back the stone at the exact moment in time? Yeah, well, that didn't happen on screen. My entire last video was about Banner mastering his power through meditation, which was shown in the 2008 film, as well as the monk outfit he wore in Ragnarok. Infinity War also showed him land in the Sanctum Sanctorum, where he builds a rapport with Wong. I thought for sure that he would continue his training there, but no. Once again, I was underwhelmed. We hear him explain about 37 minutes into the movie that he spent 18 months in a gamma lab where he was able to merge his mind with Hulk's brawn. Great. Terrific. So, what feats do we witness in this movie? Well, he can jump high as usual. We see him clear it to the roof of the New York City sanctum. He funnily pretends to smash things and does a horrible job. And there was one particular moment where he was particularly upset and threw a bench while roaring. Did it break the sound barrier? Did it end up in space? Or another dimension? Because you do know there is a comic feat of Hulk shattering reality with a punch. Yeah, we get no such luck. I'd estimate it went 185 yards, if that. I'd bet on Valerie Allman breaking that record with a discus. Okay, maybe not. But completely unimpressive, with all due respect. Now, let's talk about what he did do in the movie, which was a snap with all the Infinity Stones in tow. Now, I must mention that this still did not impress me. Why? Before doing the snap, he explained to Thor that the radiation given off by the stones were mostly gamma, and that he was made to do it. So then, why did his arm and side neck get fried? Shouldn't gamma charge him up? Also, the power of the stones dropped him to his knees. He had to use 2 hands to hold it up. Compare this to Thanos and Iron Man, who both effortlessly and single-handedly dealt with it. And don't get me started about his lack of healing factor in the MCU. I posted images of him in the comics, healing from a skeleton to back again in seconds. At this rate, Wolverine or Deadpool will make short work of him. I have yet to see him heal real time in the MCU. All things being said, Hulk was a refreshing change in this movie. Instead of his usual fire, aka raw, he is quite the kind humanitarian, aka Osiris, if you will. Not to mention him guiding souls back, as well as feeding his friends, teaching them, and inventing technology. Yep, I'd say they nailed that. A true gentle giant, who is also green. Well, hopefully when he does go back to return the time stone, he gets a few pointers from the Ancient One. Sincerely, a Hulk fan.